We have to sit around without anybody to take care of us. Why?
You have to get somebody, I have to pay somebody to make you live the way you're supposed to. If it was up to you, you'd be out there rolling bums.
I'm real popular and everything, but I want to show that I'm important too.
A crisis can occur at any time in every family. Sometimes an outsider is needed who offers objectivity and direction through counseling. This television program recreates counseling sessions with actors portraying family members. They are guided by a licensed social worker as the crisis counselor, Tom Thompson.
When we read about celebrities, we are usually interested in their entire lives, their hobbies, their childhood, and their families. Books and articles are written and filled with gossip about how their fame has affected their marriage and children. Although these stories may be exaggerated or even blatant fiction, there is no doubt that children of such notables feel special pressure and react in a unique way. That's why on today's program, I want you to meet the Van Becker family. Matthew Van Becker is a television personality in a local city. His oldest child, Penelope, Penny, has gotten into trouble, and a juvenile court judge has required this counseling session.
I went and we were just, anyway, it doesn't matter what we're doing, but we made a mistake and we broke into the computer room and that had an alarm, so the police caught us, and we were just, partying and it was no big deal, so they called my dad, and everything's cool, so now we come here and we just get off real easy,
I guess the name of Matthew Van Becker is one that doesn't escape attention.
No,
You better deal with that too. And
No.
Mother's name is pretty well known as well.
Well, kind of.
A little.
But if you want to get things, you go by his name.
And it wasn't easy to come by, and really we do have a problem because I could very well lose a career because of this. And I've worked hard to get one.
Do you really think that's too likely, or is that your worst fear?
No, it has happened before. I mean, well, it's not important, but it is a possibility.
Well, it would be important to you, wouldn't it?
It's very important to me because these kids are able to live in the lifestyle they do because of what I do.
How old are you, Penny?
17.
And Tim?
14.
And you're obviously in military school.
Yeah.
How do you happen to be home right now?
They just had to come pick me up.
We asked for leave for him, a special time away from the school for him.
Was there some reason for that? I don't want to bring up more things than you want to bring up, but I think I ought to start knowing what is happening to you as a family. I only ask because I know it's not a vacation time.
No.
Well, Tim's been a problem, too. It's not just Penny. We've had some problems with Tim. That's why I moved from New York. That's why we're here. I mean, it has worked out, but that's why we're here. He went through the same thing she did in New York. I started a career in New York, and it started going right down the tubes because of a lot of trouble he got into with the police and
Well, before you tell me about that, give me a very brief description of what that problem was. Not a lot of details, but I'd rather hear it from you than from your dad, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
To start building some trust in you for me, hopefully.
Well, a few of my friends and I went around down in the alleys and were picking on some drunks and taking their wine.
I want to come back to you, of course, but so why is Tim home? I really don't understand yet.
Well, there were other problems at the school. There were some problems with Tim taking leaves during the weekends and things like that, so...
What?
Well, I didn't want to tell you about him. I mean, he's your son. You're supposed to be controlling him.
No, wait a minute. I have a career. I have things to do.
Obviously,
part
you
of the
have
problem
things
is
to do.
she doesn't take care of the kids. I mean, that's
Oh.
really what it comes. This is the first I've heard of this.
Are
As
you
far as I
both
know.
working or
Yes.
outside the home?
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
working full time. She does a little fill-in work.
I do more than a little
A little
fill-in work, if you don't
and
mind.
you're lucky to have it.
What do you mean I'm lucky?
You're lucky.
to
I
have
found
it?
out how you
Oh.
got it.
What?
Go put a little pressure on the station manager because of my position, and now you got a weekend job where you do a little fill-in work. Let's call it what it is.
You know, I've always had this problem with this lack of communication with you in terms of my career. It's always been your career, your career, your career.
I don't think this is the time and the place to
I
get
also
into.
got the impression, though, and it must be a mistake, that you taught as well, or
Yes, I do some teaching. I have a
And-
degree. I'm college educated.
and some weekend work in
Yeah.
television.
Yes, yes.
So you're
I do.
pretty involved outside the home as well.
Probably too much.
I only brought that up because
Yes.
when you sort of said it was his duty, and he countered that it was your duty, and I guess I think that probably as parents fulfilling parental duty, it's for both of you, isn't it?
Well, of course it is, but I mean, we're both professional men. I mean, I know you put in a lot of hours. You don't have the time to give to your family that they probably need. So the burden falls on your wife, who's supposed to raise the kids. Is that not true?
That is not true. I must tell you that in my life I don't play it that way.
Well,
I haven't done that. I have set aside time to remain in touch with each of my children on an individual basis.